I was liberal prior to 9/11, and even prior to working on this project. But I was so outraged by the liberal response, even before this miniseries aired, that it really opened my eyes to who gets it and who doesn't in this country, about who our real enemies are. And so it had a powerful impact on me.
What has happened to Path to 9/11 is the most significant act of censorship in the history of media in this country.
It is not for these people to try to censor us. That is a chilling event, what happened on the path to 9/11. To the extent that it may or may not happen again, we have to be vigilant and we have to call it out when it happens.
I didn't know that you could have censorship in the United States of America. But what are you afraid of, letting people see the picture? Why? It was a good presentation of that dark period in our history. And hopefully we can learn something from it instead of burying our head in the sand.
I think that the legacy of the Path to 9/11 is that the miniseries is pretty much dead unless it's fluff.
I think it really makes it unlikely that they or another studio will step out again. And that's too bad. And the public often asks, well, why are we seeing the same thing again and again? And why is everything kind of cotton candy and so politically correct? And well, this is the perfect example.
I want to be optimistic about it. I know we always say, oh, this is terrible, we'll never come back from that. But you know what? It happened once. You just got to keep going. You just got to keep going. You got to believe it can happen again. I absolutely refuse to, because to say otherwise is to desert the field to those bullies, to the bullies. And you mustn't let them think, ever, that they've silenced us.
The intentions were so honorable. When you have no internal doubts, because you know you've done the best job you can do, because you know the real story behind all this stuff, which was no conspiracy, it was simply to do a service to those who died, to this country, to our history, to Americans, not politicians, to tell a story that's their story because they own it. It's their blood. When you have no internal doubts, it's easy to stand your ground.
And that was the tragedy. I mean, these people were trying to do right. They weren't looking to make money. They weren't looking to get sponsorship. They were looking to do a service for the American people. And they didn't deserve what happened.
I think for people who are children now, who are adults later, are going to say, wait, help me understand what happened. How did 9/11 happen? And the path to 9/11 will be one of the best explanations.
Fact is, the lawyers at ABC knew this. The special counsel they brought in on Labor Day weekend knew this. Bob Iger knows it. Everybody associated with the film knows it. We had it right.